Welcome back to Old War Stories with Uncle Jay. This one is entitled Taste, Not Technology. Now, you have to understand what that phrase is and where it came from, and I'm going to tell you. You probably could just YouTube this and find it. There was a Breyers ice cream commercial. Breyers with a B, not Dryers or Drayers or whatever. Breyer''S. My dad was a big fan of Breyers ice cream back in the day. It was excellent. And they had a commercial. And they said, their ice cream, they put this in. Their ice cream, they put that in. They put that in. They put that in. Ours has milk, cream, sugar, and vanilla, and one or two other items. And at the end of the commercial, they said Breyers. Taste, not technology. So they were saying about the aspect of their ice cream being au naturel and other French things. So that was all fine and good. So here we are. I'm at the Wiz, where we sold a lot of retail electronics, TVs, VCRs, stereo equipment, blah, 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 and speakers for your home stereo. This had to be, let's say a good 1998, 1999. Here I am. I have a car. I have a job. I'm going to college. I have responsibilities. I'm becoming a grown-up. I mean, I was of age, but, you know, still you got a lot to learn. Anyway, they would have training classes, and these were held by the manufacturers. Now, I'm going to get into that in just a second. Not really knowing anything, I still have a really nice vintage early 80s Sansui stereo receiver. This is a nice receiver. I don't know when it's going to die, but when it does, it's going to be a bad time. A very bad time. Anyhow, it's powerful. And I told them what I had. I went to the audio guys while I was on break or something. And I said, listen, I want to buy speakers. Because I've been working for a while. I had some money. And I said, what do you recommend for the receiver that I have? So he says, well, what kind of music do you listen to? At the time, it was jazz. On the radio here in New York, we had 101.9 FM, CD 101.9, smooth jazz. Great station. Still miss that station dearly. They were a great station. Then they changed and it turned to shit. But they were great. My dad used to listen to it. I used to love to listen to it in the car because it just helped ease away the road rage. And it was nothing compared to the bullshit I see on the roads today. It's like anybody on the road today, whether you got Calderona or not, you still have like Calderona fever, and everybody is a total asshole on the road. Just left and right, people cutting people off, running traffic lights, stop signs, cutting other people off, speeding, you name it. They have to go first. All that shit that you see today just wasn't anywhere near as bad as it was in the late 90s. It was around, oh yeah, but nowadays is a hell of a lot worse. So the smooth jazz helped to ease that away and just kept me calm. And I like to listen to it. Okay, fine. Now, I still like a good smooth jazz song every now and again. You know, we could talk about all the different artists, Kenny G, George Benson, and a zillion others. But anyway, it's that kind of music. Stuff like that. So I said, that's what I listen to. So he says, good, I have a CD with some of those type songs on here. So I said, what do you recommend? He says, well, what are you looking for? I said, I want some good old-fashioned floor-standing speakers. So he said, all right, try these. So he put on the CD, and he played it, and I said, okay. All right, not bad, not bad. What else you got? Well, we got these. So he played those, and I said, no, I don't like the sound out of those compared to the first one. And I listened to, we'll say, a good 5 of them. The 5th one was the last one, and it sounded the best to me out of everything. I had listened to Bose. Now, they were good. No question, no doubt about it. They were damn good. But I didn't want to spend the Bose price. I was prepared to pay, but not Bose money. Anyway, he said, well, we got these Klipsch over here. I said, Klipsch? I never heard of Klipsch. Well, put them on. He put them on. I said, are you serious? It can sound that good? I said, those are the ones I want. So then there was this whole thing, employee discount. We only had one in stock, and I had to go to another store to pick the other one up there or something. No, we had them in stock. But there was another time with some other guy I went to college with, and I had recommended Klipsch to him, and I got my discount for him, and we had to go to 2 different stores to get the shit. Anyway, I was absolutely floored and sold on these Klipsch speakers. They were fantastic. I still have them today. They're getting on 25 years old. They sound as good as day one. I didn't beat these up. I beat them up a bit, but I really didn't kill these things. I'm cautious. I play it loud. I play it damn loud, but I'm cautious about it because I don't want to blow these things up. They were a lot of money. Now, a lot of money depends on who you are and what your financial status is. I'm a kid going from no money to I'm working at the Wiz and I wanted to treat myself. I've been working for a few years, 2 or 3, and I had amassed some money. At the time, I also didn't have any bills, so that was good. So all this money went in the bank. Now, ultimately, I was saving for what's behind me and what I'm in, a house, but the important thing at the time was I wanted speakers for this nice receiver. These things, I still had the receipt. It's gone by now. They retailed for $749 each. So that was going to be a $1,500 bill for these speakers. Wiz price, employee price, about half. That was a good buy. I can't do that again. Now, while prices may have come down, I don't know. These were just plain old speakers. And man, these things are just fucking awesome. Now, we had these training classes. So they had the representatives from these companies come in. And I guess they brought products with them, or they demoed some of the ones that we had. We had a separate room set up where they set all the stuff up. And here's the day, Thursday, I don't know. We're going to have a class from Bose. So you need to go to it. So you'd sign up for what time slot. They did 2 or 3 of them. And we came in. And Bose, at the time, had their all-in-one solution. Now, surround sound, Dolby, DTS, all this shit. Surround sound was around, but it was just in its infancy. 5.1 was this new thing at the time. And what do they have? Like Atmos, and there's probably like 7 more iterations since then that they have now with all of this technology and shit like that, or tricknology, I should say. But Bose had their unit, and they had a center front center speaker, subwoofer, satellites in the front and in the back. So they wired all this up in the room, and we sat there, and he said, okay, so I got some music here, I'm going to play it. So he put it on. And he said, so tell me about it. What did you think? Oh, it was really good. Really nice crisp treble, deep bass. It's all there. Did you hear the surround sound effects in whatever various pieces he played, or movies? Maybe he had a movie, something that we watched quick, 5 minutes, something like that. Yeah, I heard the gunshots in the back, and as they came around, it was really nice. Really felt like I was on the movie set, watching this right there. It was really well done. So he said, okay, great, that's good to hear. So he said, all right, well, I want to tell you a bit about the technology or the tricknology that we have in this unit. This has some sort of thing, because the problem is your living room is not set up nicely like this classroom, in that your couch may be over to the left. And if your speakers aren't, if you're not sitting right in the middle of the left and right speakers, you're going to miss out because things are going to be maligned. So we developed a way to compensate for that. And I'm going to demonstrate how good it is. So he said, I'm going to put on Hotel California by the Eagles. That was like one of the de facto songs that they would play. So he put it on, and he says, listen to it. So we did. He said, okay, now, here is a plastic bucket that you played with as a kid at the beach, and you'd fill it with sand. That's all it was, a little plastic bucket. He said, what if I take these buckets and I put them over all of the speakers? What do you think it's going to sound like? It's going to sound bad. All right, let me do that. So he went around the room, he put the buckets over the speakers, and he played the same song. He said, what did it sound like? We said, it sounded like it came out of a bucket. It was echoey and awful and terrible. He said, right. But we have this tricknology with our system. There's a microphone, or a series of microphones, that you place around the room. And this is all detailed in the instructions and the instructional DVD, because that was the thing then. And this will compensate for all of those anomalies that you have in your room. You may have a very bare room. You might have carpeting. You might have a bare floor. You might have an echoey room. So our system compensates for that. So what I did before you came in is I put the buckets on the speakers, and I ran the calibration procedure with the microphones. It has now saved that data on 2 CDs. I guess it burns CDs, I'm not sure, or maybe this was a special one, I don't know. But he had this thing, and he said, I need to load it into the system. Now, this is going to take about 5 to 7 minutes. And indeed it did. And he put the disc in, and then it asked for the second disc, and he put that one in, and it read that, and it did whatever magic. And he said, now, we have a button on the remote, so I can turn that feature on or off. So when I turn it off, you're going to hear the sound straight with no correction whatsoever. When I turn it on, you'll hear the sound with the correction, and I'm leaving the buckets over the speakers. So he played Hotel California. He said, see if you can spot the difference. So the buckets are over the speakers. He started playing the song, and it sounded like, he started with it off, it sounded like it was coming out of a bucket. It sounded terrible, like it's supposed to. He hit the button on the remote, and the music absolutely came to life. It was a jaw drop moment. Everybody had their jaw on the floor. It was utterly amazing. It was really, really good. Now, did it sound as perfect as it did with the buckets not on the speakers? No. But did it help it 90%? Without a doubt. It was fucking fantastic. All right. You gonna sell Bose? Yep. All right. Thank you. Class dismissed. Wow, that was really something, man. Did you hear that? Fucking hit that button. That shit came to life. Wow, that was really something. It was phenomenal. We all talked about it for the rest of the day. We wanted to go back just to hear it again. It was that good. And he turned it on and off a number of times. It was really amazing. So, month goes by. Wednesday, Klipsch is going to be here. Sign up. We sign up. We come in. Klipsch says, okay, we got these different lines of speakers. Here's our shit. Let me give you a sample on the first set. What do you think? Oh, really good. Everything's there. The sound stage is all there. It's great. All around. Crisp, clean. It was just, you know, really, really good sounding stuff. And then he put the second set on and the third set on. And he said, you gonna sell Klipsch? Absolutely. Have a good day. Class dismissed. So I said, wow, look at that. Klipsch didn't have anything that Bose did. They were just speakers with maybe a Denon receiver or a Hitachi or whatever was around. And it sounded great. It sounded great on those Klipsch speakers. And I thought back to Bose and I said, Klipsch had nothing. And it sounded just as good as Bose did. Buckets notwithstanding. And then taste, not technology, came into my mind. And I was very happy that I bought Klipsch speakers. That's it. That's the story. A great story with an interesting ending to it like that. I made the right decision based on what I thought was right from what I heard. I don't hear as well as I used to, but I still do like loud music. Here and there. Hearing is not as good as it used to be. Can't hear those highs anymore because I'm aging. It's just a normal part of it. Oh well, you get old and shit happens. But I still have the speakers and they sound as good as they did day one. Foam surrounds are still in perfect condition. And one thing I liked about the Klipsch is it had polypropylene woofers, not paper. And I liked that. They just felt stronger and pumped stronger. And man, when I crank these things up, if I take the front grills off of these things, punching the fucking sound into the room. These are damn powerful. They're nice. I love them. To this day, it will be a very sad day when I need to replace those speakers. But for now, they're here and they're working just as well as they did. So a very worthwhile purchase at a great price. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.